Hey everyone, well as you know, we covered an awful lot of content in this section of our course, so what I decided to do was do even more review. Sure, instead of doing the entire section, we're going to do topics from this section. We'll do review and practice exercises. So let's get started. Let's jump in to our Certified Entry-Level Python Programmer Lists Review with some fun practice questions. What is the correct output of the following Python code snippet? So we have the variable numbers being set to a list, as you can see. Remember lists? Yeah, lists are mutable, meaning we can change them. And they're sequential, meaning it's going to be really easy to iterate through them. But in this example, you can see we've created a list of our numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are in the list. And we have this command, print numbers -1. What will be the output of this command? Well, do you remember how our lists are going to be indexed? Yeah, the first value is going to be an index of 0. So 0 has an index value of 0. 1 has an index value of 1. And the indexes work like that in this example. And if we say -1, you guessed it, it's going to be the last entry in that list. So -1 here, a negative indices, it's going to print 6 for us. And that -1 index is, as we mentioned, a really handy way to get your last value in the list. All right, well, it's time for question number 2. What is the correct output of the following Python code snippet? So here we have our numbers creation again. Nothing has changed there. But this time we set a new variable named result, and it's going to involve our numbers list. Look at this, numbers, and then in square brackets, 262, and then we're going to print that result. What is going on here? Well, sure enough, we are slicing our list. And if you remember, the first value in the brackets there, the number 2, says that we should start at index 2. So what is index 2? It's the value of 2. Yeah, so the first value that we would be printing here would be 2. And then notice it's going to go up to an index of 6, but that's non-inclusive. So it would start at 2 and go up to 5, but then that third number indicates we're going to increment by 2. So sure enough, we're going to get 2 and 4. Yeah, you see what happens here? We would be printing, let's think about this. If we didn't have the increment of 2, what would we print? Well, we'd print 2, and then the value of 3, and then the value of 4, and then the value of 5. Notice we don't print the value of 6 because that is not inclusive, the last index number. So if we didn't have the increment, we would have printed 2, 3, 4, 5. With the increment by 2, we'll only print 2 and 4. Yeah, pretty easy stuff, but definitely worth reviewing, right? In case we've forgotten any of this content. Hey, what's the correct output of the following Python code snippet? Here we set fruits to apple and banana, and then we use the fruits.append method to append a list of cherry and date. So what would this look like when we print it? Well, pretty interesting. It's going to look like B. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be a list within a list. So we have apple and then banana in our original list. And then the third entry that we appended is an additional list. So it's a list within a list consisting of cherry and date. I created this review question for us because this is a point that I don't feel I really effectively drilled home when we were going through lists initially. All right, well, I've got one last question for you folks, and this one is a fun one, and I say that in that this is something that your exam authors at the Python Institute, this is something that they're really going to be striving to do. And notice it has us be challenged in a couple of different topic areas in one question. Yeah, sure, this is talking about list comprehensions, but it's also reviewing some of the mathematical operators. Yeah, so this is a great thing that they'll love to do. They throw multiple topics in a single question. Well, anyways, the nums variable here is set to a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we say the result is equal to x raised to the second power 4x in our nums list. So yeah, raising x to the second power, that's fine, but notice we're only going to do it if we have a remainder function of 0. Yeah, so that means we're only going to be doing this for our even numbers in the list. Yeah, so what are our even numbers in the list? 2 and 4. And if we raise 2 and 4 to the power of 2, we're going to get 4 and 16. So if you were to see something like this in your actual exam environment, don't panic, just interpret it kind of one step at a time. So we'll have to remind ourselves of what those mathematical operators do, and then we can work towards the result that would be printed. Well, I know that you are excited to demonstrate in a practice exercise your mastery of lists. So I hope you'll join me for that exercise in the next video.